Another part of the application that people spend a good amount of time on is the activities section. We did make some updates to the language in here to help students think more broadly about how they spend their time outside of school. It does not always necessarily have to be in a organized club or sport. It may be, but also thinking about family responsibilities. If a student, if you are spending time taking care of a younger sibling or a grandparent, or you have a hobby that you build computers, anything that you're spending your time, it's important for colleges to know that, and they do recognize and value when you are doing things, again, especially with like community engagement, family responsibilities. So we have updated that language. Students can report up to 10 activities. It does not mean that you have to do 10 activities. The average we've seen in the past has been 5, but certainly that is up to 10 is what you can do. I think this screenshot I know is a lot, but basically for any given activity, you are then asked some follow-up questions like, what kind of activity is this? Can you talk about if you have a leadership role in this organization or activity? Can you describe it? What grade levels? And again, some of this I know can feel US centric. So just kind of talking this out, I think it's helpful for students to create their activities list outside of the Common App and then be able to input that into the application. There are questions that can get confusing, like the hours spent per week and the weeks spent per year. Nobody is looking for you to have the exact amount of time that you spend in an activity. It is perfectly normal and okay to estimate. But if you think just in simple terms, if you are playing a sport, do you play that sport for one season where maybe it's 10 weeks long? Do you play that all year? So maybe it's 40 weeks, or is it a sport that you do all year long and it's something that you do all the time, and so therefore you write 52 weeks? That just gives context to the colleges so they have a better understanding of the level of engagement that you have with that activity. Also thinking about, sometimes people will put an activity, maybe they had a life-changing trip that they did, a service trip to another country. Maybe it was only 1 week long, but it was something that really has had an impact on who they are and their outlook and perhaps how they've chosen their major. So they're putting it in the activities section, but it was only 1 week of their life in grade 11, for example.